Hey guys, this is Chandra and I'm here to do the tutorial on the Christmas page. Um, this one. So this album cover is 8.5 by 8.5 and the spine is, I believe, 1 3/4 by 8.5. I'm going to go through the paper that you need first so I don't have any questions on the measurements. It's 6 1/4 by 3.5. You need a 9 by 8, an 8 by 8, and an 11 by 8. Now I'm using different colors so maybe you can see a little bit better how I'm putting these together. Now there's only one tag in this. I'm sorry, there's two tags. The pocket tag measures 5 by 7 and the tag that goes on the inside of the book is 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. If I'm going a little slow, I'm sorry. I've had a couple comments where people say I'm going too fast. So the first thing that we're going to create is the page, which is what everything else is going to attach. So we're going to use our 9 by 8 sheet and we're going to stick it in the scoreboard so that the 9-inch side is at the top, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 8.5 inches. Okay, that's going to create the page. The second piece is what's going to create the flap, and that's the 11 by 8, and we're going to put it in so that the 11-inch side is at the top, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch and then at 5 3/4 inches. Okay, and then the last piece is the pocket, which is 6 1/4 by 3.5. We're going to stick it so that the 6 1/4 side is at the top, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch and then at 5 3/4 inches. Then we're going to rotate it and score at 3. Now we're done with scoring, so I'm going to put this away. Okay, so I'm going to again start with the base page, and I'm just going to fold on all my score marks. And I'm going to apply adhesive to these flaps while they're in their folded position. Again, you're going to want to use either score tape, and I get my score tape at score-pal.com, and you can use wet glue like this Tombow multi-liquid glue. You could probably even use white glue. You can use Aleene's tacky glue, any kind of glue. The only thing is when you actually use glue, it's going to take a little bit longer for the album to actually dry. But for the demonstration purposes, I'm using the Evil ATG gun. So I'm just applying tape on the flaps. Okay, now I'm going to take this 8 by 8 sheet and just simply lay it on top of there, lining it up as best as I can. Okay, so now this is going to be the spot that applies to your binding. Your hidden hinge binding is what I use, and I do have a tutorial on that part of it, so you can watch that part. And then I have a part where you attach the binding to the cover, so that's why I just go through the pages on these tutorials. So the second thing we're going to mess with is the 8 by 11 sheet that we scored. So I'm going to flip this up, and I'm going to fold on this flap here. Now I am going to cut off these corners here so there's not so much bulk, and I have 13 pairs of scissors and I can't find any of them, and I need a new cutting mat. I think this one's all dirty, gross. I flipped it over once already. It used to be pink, but that side's even worse than the blue. But little tip, if you want a mat like this, it's best to go to the sewing department. They're cheaper. Alright, so I'm applying tape on this flap while it's in the extended position. Okay, this is going to confuse you, but the openings are on the left side and the right side. Now I'm going to stick this flap inside the opening on the right side. And that's why I mitered the corners. I'm going to line it up. Let me zoom in. Oh, the washer's going off. Hold on, let me close the door. Okay, so I'm lining it up on on the left side of that score mark there. You can see right here, because you want to still be able to close it. If I put it on the score mark, you wouldn't be able to fold it like that. Okay? So that's all there is to that. And then you fold it in, and I think, do I have this one folded over? Yeah. So now the last piece is the 6 1/4 by 3 1/2, and now I'm going to fold up on all my score marks again. And I'm going to eat a gummy bear. I love gummy bears. But if you eat too many, it hurts your stomach. Just so you know. And now I'm going to miter these corners. See, I'm just taking that off on both sides. Then I'm going to fold my flaps and apply the score tape or glue. And again, I like to put my side flaps down and the bottom flap up so that my tag doesn't get stuck on anything. So now with adhesive on all those, I'm just going to put the pocket on the front, and you have your page. So I used, as you can see, one piece of paper for the 9 by 8, one piece of paper for the 8 by 8, one for the 11 by 8, and then I used a different paper for this, but you can get several pockets out of one 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of cardstock. So that is this album here. And then the back page, you can decorate as you want. You can add a pocket to the back page here, and all you would need to do is cut a piece of cardstock that measures 9 by whatever size the pocket you want. So if I wanted a 3-inch pocket, I would cut it by 9 by 3 1/2, score 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Bam, you can just stick the pocket on there. So that is it, and I'm going to be working on the folio tutorial now. Thanks, guys. Bye.